Hello, everybody. Good evening. Tonight, I want to discuss with everybody taxation finance thing that affects all of us. This is a New York State taxation and finance. A friend of mine got this in the mail today. It's a tax warrant. He owes like $262. Well, actually, it's $279 because he didn't pay his tax last year. And if you look at this warrant, you notice on the bottom here, it's not even signed. See, it says issued by the tax commissioner, right? Taxation and finance. Well, so there's no name in there. There's no date. And basically, what it says here, it says that blah, 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 an officer or an employee of the Department of Taxation and Finance a tax has been found due to the Commissioner of Taxation and Finance of the State of New York imposed by the above noticed article of tax law from the debtor named, and the nature and the amount which together with the interest and penalties thereon are as follows. Of course, they put it up there, and then they say, now we therefore command you to file a copy of this warrant within 5 days after its receipt by you in the office of the county clerk of the county named above, for entry by him into the judgment docket pursuant to the providers of the tax law. So what they're saying is, they're saying we got this warrant against you, but then they're telling you that you got to run out and you got to file it. You got to carry it to the clerk and say, please put this on the docket, this judgment against me. So they really haven't filed it. And they want you to run and file it against yourself. Now, why don't they file it? Well, first of all, I don't know if they could file it. It's probably not legal for them to file it. So when you run out and file it, you put yourself, you admit into the debt. They just go ahead and give you this. They don't ask you, that we don't talk about what you owe. I don't know how they come up with it. I mean, maybe he filed a tax return and he said he owes it. But nevertheless, they've basically been judge, jury, and executioner here. And not only have they done that, they haven't filed any legal documents in the county or anything else. They're just saying that you owe this money. And not only are they saying you owe this money, they want you to go down and tell on yourself and file this paper, which probably costs filing fees, probably $65 or whatever it costs to file with the county. They want you to do that. They say that pursuant to the provisions of the tax law, you got to go down and file this thing against you. So then they tell you that it's been filed in the county. So it's lies. They lie about, they say that an employee of the Collections and Civil Enforcement Division has filed the enclosed tax warrant against you with the Department of State and the indicated county clerk's office because you failed to pay your outstanding. Now, over here, they're telling you that they filed it at the indicated county clerk's office, but on the front page, they're telling you got 5 days to run down there and file it yourself. Well, what does this all mean? Well, and then on the back, they explain to you that, they can take your house and your wife and your kids and your pets and all this other stuff and in satisfaction of the debt. But they say, now you should know certain incomes and things are exempt, and one of those being Social Security and public assistance being welfare or unemployment benefits. Now, the funny thing about this is this particular fellow was on unemployment for 2 years because he lost his job to a company that went to Mexico, so they gave him extended unemployment. So this tax liability arose wholly out of his unemployment benefits. This $262 that he owed was money that they considered income because it was unemployment. But yet, then when you go to the back of the paper, it says, guess what? It says, oh, we can't take your unemployment benefits, but we can warrant you for the benefits that you collected that we consider income, but we can't take your unemployment benefit. So the government gives him money, and then they come chase him, and if he happens to be on unemployment, they won't take his unemployment. But this is all about money they gave him through unemployment, a benefit, right? And then it says you can keep certain things, such as all stoves and necessary fuel for 60 days, and one sewing machine with attachments. Gee, imagine that. I guess they don't want your ass to be out in the cold. I guess they want you to sew your clothes up. You can keep a family Bible, pictures, and school books, and other books not exceeding $50 of value and kept as used as part of the family library. You can keep a seat or a pew in the place of public worship. Can you imagine they're going to come in and take your seat out of the church? Oh, no, they're not going to do that. Oh, you can keep a seat in the public place of worship. You got a pew any place else that's not public, they're going to come in and take it from you. You can keep domestic animals and necessary animal food for 60 days, all wearing apparel, household furniture, one refrigerator, one radio receiver, one television set, a wedding ring, and a watch not exceeding $35. Yes, my wife can keep her $20 wedding band. That's cool. And working tools and implements necessary to the carrying on of the judgment debtor's profession or calling, including those of a mechanic, farm machinery, team professionals, instruments, furniture, and library, not exceeding $600 of value. Well, I'm a mechanic, you know what? And I spend $600 in a month with the Snap-on tool, man. I mean, come on. Give me a $600, not exceeding. Well, what are you going to do? You only need like a crescent wrench and a screwdriver, huh? I mean, come on, people. When was this written? Back in 1800? You know, why do we put up with this crap? I don't understand. I don't, you got to wake up, people. You got to understand that this is tyranny, that they don't have a right to be doing this to us. And we shouldn't be putting up with it. I won't even read you the rest of this thing because I'm going to run over my limit here. But these are the things that we need to discuss here. And these are the things we need to fix. And these are the things that we need candidates that will actually talk about this crap. Because they got everybody's so programmed into believing that this is legal when it's not. And we don't have too many candidates out there that even know or give a crap. But we got one guy out there, I won't say his name, but you could figure it out. We got one guy out there that knows that the income tax is basically the way that it's run is illegal and it's a fraud. And we'll talk about that in the next time we come together. Thanks.